What's up, motherfuckers? It's your boy Kenny, just coming down to you guys with another one. I know you probably can't see me because I am now at an Airbnb. Wow, it's really dark in here, and today's possibly my last day because I'll be shooting over to the bay tomorrow. Now, I wanted to make a real quick video about um, the Tower of Babel. I saw a video from Woodward TV on the Tower of Babel, even though I respect his opinion and his take on so many things, biblical, non-biblical. That man is a genius, but I'm gonna have to digress on this one because I just didn't see what he was saying as adding up. He was talking about the Tower of Babel being something like an actual tower, a building that was built, and God destroyed it or something like that. But here's my take. I think a lot of times when we see a building in the Bible or structure, I think they're meant to represent something within. Jesus Christ is referred to building house on the rocks or something like that several times. Your salvation on the rock, but they're not talking about an actual rock. They're talking about a rock within. Jesus Christ said, build this temple and I'll destroy it in 3 days. They were not talking about like an actual temple, a building, a location. He was talking about himself, something within. So let's go back to the Tower of Babel. I think the Tower of Babel is not talking about like an actual tower that was built. Because if it was an actual tower that was built, then why is the punishment for the tower not an actual judgment on man, but just to confuse their language? It doesn't make any sense. But when you look at the tower as something within, they gave us a clue of what it is, the spiral. It has a spiral. So it's possibly talking about a double helix, the DNA of man. When that's connected, when that is in full function, man can transcend dimensions. Man becomes like God. And I think that's where the problem lies, and that's where the confusion is. People are thinking an actual building tower that went up to the heavens. No. The buildings don't mean anything. If your DNA is unlocked, the universe is you can go anywhere. So I think that's what they're talking about. A tower that goes up to the heavens is something within, not something without. So that's why the punishment for the tower going up to the heavens, your DNA, is to confuse their language. So they were no longer on one accord. They were confused. They were confused within, to confuse their language. Their language is a code. When you confuse the code, you bring chaos within. So when they put the divide and they shut them down from within, from inside, and plus confusion. So now they don't even understand. Just like now, we're confused about the Bible, we're confused about everything, we're confused about different religions, we're confused about everything. There's so much information, it's all zigzag. There's a truth that will get the D2 function and repower that generator and make what happened back then, the Tower of Babel, happen again. But we just can't find what that truth is. How come with all this information that's out there that we still cannot unlock that? That's what it means by confusing the language. The language has been confused. We know everything about Genesis, about the New Testament, about the Apocrypha, about CERN, about Hebrew Israelite, about Mars, about aliens. We know all these things, but we still cannot find that truth to unlock the DNA because our language has been confused. Everything is going zigzag. Everything is out of proportion. It's now misinformation. We just hear it. It's like entertainment. We don't even know what to do with it. There is truth movement. There's conscious movement. The language is being confused. We cannot figure it out anymore. Hallelujah. We can't figure it out anymore. That's what it means by confusing the language. It's really deep. The people are just lost when it comes to unlocking the power that they once had. They're confused about that now. So it's become a double-edged sword. It's turned against us, something that's supposed to help us. It just looks like you understand a mathematical puzzle. And anytime you unlock the you put that puzzle together, beautiful things start to happen. Let's say the puzzle is a machine that would make rain fall. You've been doing it for 3 years. You put the puzzle together, rain falls. You put the puzzle together, rain falls. You put the puzzle together, rain falls. Then one day you just can't figure that puzzle anymore. And now that you don't know how to put the puzzle anymore, instead of rain to fall, hail start to fall. Hails that burn the land. You know you have to put that puzzle together to make rain fall, but unfortunately, because the puzzle has become confusing to you, anytime you put it together, hails are gonna fall. So something that was meant to help the people because their language has been confused is now turned against them. With all the information that they have that's out there, conscious movement, this and dash, lower chakra, higher chakra, we still cannot do what they did back then because the language is a code. So when they say language, it means language literally and figuratively. Languages, and now everyone speaks a different language. That's literally, that's figuratively, that's literally. They actually speak a different language now, everyone who's on the earth, different races. And figuratively, the language used to be a code to unlock. The code no longer works. The code has been confused. Remember why we can never re-unlock or realign what we used to have, the power, the genetic code, is because remember like in coding class, the 11s and the 00s, you need maybe 100,000 11s and 00s in one code to make one thing work, or maybe like a website or internet or a function. But you put one misstep in that codes and zeros. You put one in front of a 0 when they're actually supposed to be inverted. The whole shit is not going to work. The whole language has been confused. The whole language has been confused just by that little thing. So language is a code. So when you say confuse your language, they have made it such that our genetic structure is no longer what it used to be. That's what it means. Everything has been intertwined. So no matter how much information we have about the truth, it's not going to serve us. All this pastor talking about miracles and miracles. In the end of the day, you're going to need your own fellow man to help you. You ain't going to see no miracles. You're going to need somebody to give you a hand. So the punishment for mankind is within. If the punishment is within, confusing the language, that means it's not an actual building, it's a metaphor. Because if it was an actual building, then why are you confusing their language? It doesn't make any sense. If it was an actual building, then why confuse their language? If it was an actual building, then their language shouldn't be confused. That means the reason why their code, the genetic structure was changed was because it's not an actual language. It's a code. It's something within, not something without. So that's why they inverted everything. It's the code. Confused language means the code. That's what it means. It's not outward. The building is not something outward. It's something inward. So that was the punishment. So that's why with all the truth movements and all the chakra this and chakra that and ancient Egypt and all that stuff, you still cannot put the language back together. The language like Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty, you can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So the language is you can't put Humpty Dumpty together. All the kings, man, they came and they tried to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, but they can't. Humpty Dumpty is like it's scattered. So it's just like that's what the code is like. The code has been disrupted. Our language code, the code we used to use to do powerful things in the past, it's been disrupted. It's gone. So peace.